Hi guys. So I'm gonna share a dream that I had. Oh gosh, maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago, something like that. Um, and no, I don't write dates down like everybody else does. And they give you the exact date, the time, because when I had these dreams, I didn't know what it was. So it was a dream, and I left it at that. Didn't have think of any significance or anything like that. But as we're moving closer and closer to things starting to happen, um, about, I don't know, 4 or 5 months ago, it hit me what the dream was. Because then the Father also put a movie in my feed. And he does that a lot. Like I said in other videos, I don't watch TV. I watch YouTube. I watch real people, okay? Us. Um, and the only time I watch movies is if they're put in my feed. But I don't just, because other movies do come in my feed, not a lot, but I don't just click on it. I wait a week or two. And if it's still in my feed, then I know he wants me to watch that movie. And whether you believe me or not, not interested. There are people that are rather cruel and they like to say nasty things. So if you're a non believer, just listen, take it for what it's worth. And if it should happen, you know, it is what it is. So I I dreamt that I was outside of a building. Okay, you know the apartments, like the projects where they go upwards, and you go inside and then down hallways and upstairs, kind of like the projects in New York. But they also had doors on the outside too, on the bottom floor. The rest of them you went inside. So I was on the like a little porch with an overhang, and I was standing there, and I know in my dream I wasn't me. I was somebody else living this experience. I was being shown what it was going to be like. That's why I say New York, because it looked. I've been to New York once, and I was in high school. We went there for a parade. I was in the band, nerd stuff, but fun stuff. And so I've been there before, and the area was familiar in that, not that particular area, but I was very familiar that I was in a place like that. Okay, so I'm standing out on the front porch, and there's chaos going on. People are running everywhere. They're going here, they're going there, and I only remember parts of the dream, so I'm gonna skip a little bit. But the people are running everywhere. I remember standing on the porch, and I don't know who I was, but I was not me. I was in somebody else living the experience in the dream, and they're standing on the porch and they're watching everybody. Then I walk down, and the next thing you know, I'm in another scene, and I'm pretty sure it was on the other side. I guess that's where we ran to. I'm not sure, because all I know is that we're on the other side, and because the building was, we're over like in a parking lot kind of, and everyone was getting on buses, and all of a sudden a mist started to come in, and people started screaming, running off the buses. And I remember running back into the building on the opposite side, and there was about 4 or 5 other people with me, and we ran into a room, into an apartment. But the apartments, my goodness, I mean, almost like a cruise ship size. They were really small. They weren't big at all. And I go in, we run inside, and I'm yelling, lock it, board it up, board it up. And there was a couple of guys and 3 or 4 girls, something like that. But I remember this taller boy was trying to shut the door, and everyone's screaming, "It's coming! It's coming! It's coming!" The mist is coming. So we're trying to keep the door shut, waiting on the mist, and I woke up. Okay, so it was odd. I thought, whoa, that was a weird dream, and forgot about it. Just thought it was a weird dream. Now, fast forward, I'm um, waking up more and more, learning more and more things, and the Father kept putting this movie in my feed, and I ignored it. I didn't, not everything is from Him. You have to have discernment and all that. So I didn't click on it right away, and it kept going through my feed. And after a couple weeks, I'm like, okay, all right, you want me to watch this? So I clicked on it, and it was actually in Netflix, I think. It could have been on YouTube. I'm not sure. Because sometimes you can watch them for free on Netflix, or you have to pay on YouTube. I don't know, just whatever. And I'm pretty sure it was on Netflix that I went to find the movie. It was in YouTube, I think, but I went to Netflix to watch it. So, and I could have sworn I watched that movie before. But this is not the same movie. Because I remember looking at it going, oh yeah, I've seen that movie. And it's where a bunch of people get locked in a grocery store and the mist comes and all that. Well, this isn't that movie. This is something different I'd never seen. So I was watching it. Now you have to remember, when people that are awake watch movies, we see the truth. People that don't watch movies, they see the entertainment and, the fun, the scary, the excitement, the joy. You get all that. People that are awake, at least from what I know, we see the truth in the words, in the scenes. We see the truth of all of it, which is why I don't like watching movies anymore, because they're more scary being awake, because you know what they're showing you, what they're telling you. So I turned on this movie, and you can find it. You can find it in Netflix. I think it'd be okay for you to watch. It's about this. Okay, it's about the darkness, but they don't call it the darkness. See, Satan's a jackass. Okay, they show you different things. Well, the Father wanted me to see this because he wanted me to see that yes, it is going to turn dark, but there's going to be a mist in it. So you're going to be able to see a little bit, out, but not through. Like, it'll be misty. It'll be a dark mist. Okay. And, so I'm watching this movie, and everything in it was just, oh my goodness, all the way down to the end where the mom's holding her infant. And this movie is about the darkness, okay? And it is about the apocalypse, about the four horsemen and them coming. And it's just, you have to watch it. But the reason I dreamt that was so that I would have understanding. I know this now, years later. And the reason he wanted to show me the movie was so I'd remember that dream. Because when I saw the movie, I remembered the dream. And it made two and two made four. It made sense. And the darkness is going to come. It is going to be in the darkness. You do not want to be caught in the darkness, because there's spirits, just like Bird Box. He showed me what it was going to be like. It's going to be dark, but there's going to be a mist, and they're going to be in it. They're going to hide within it. And if you get caught in it, then, well, that's why he says you have to stay inside.